very warm welcome to you. Now we start with Europe, and across the Eurozone, almost 20 million people are now out of work. Well, there was further grim news today as well, with figures from the European Union showing that the recession in the region is deepening. So you're just hearing there the remarks from José Manuel Barroso. He didn't exactly mince his words, did he, when it came to France, saying it has to make up for 20 years of lost economic competitiveness and reduce what he's called the exorbitant weight of debt on its economy.
19 and 26%.
And that's despite a raft of new labour reform laws having been introduced very recently in France.
Yes, they have been introduced, but they cannot employ.
Bill, were you surprised that France has now slipped into recession?
Not in the least, and I've got to say, where Mario Draghi's keeping yields low.
Well, let's talk about some other things that Mario Draghi's been up to. The ECB keeping interest rates at a record low 0.5%, and yet still growth doesn't seem to be happening. Is all of this proof, what we've seen today, these numbers coming out, recession in France, deeper recession in other countries, very minor growth in Germany, is it proof that austerity isn't working?
Well, I think over to you.
It is not proof that, I mean, austerity needs time anyway, but if you don't, that I think is one of the problem of the euro, is that it's turning people against Europe.
A sentiment perhaps spreading across the rest of the Eurozone at the moment.
Well, we've seen it start in the UK, and remember...
The problem, if I may add, the French are not very patient. They take to the street very quickly.
And we can allow you to say that because you are actually
so.
French.
Yes.
OK, Brigitte and Bill, many thanks to both of you.
Always
Bill Blain
pleasure.
from Mint Partners and Brigitte Granville from Queen Mary University. Many thanks.
Thank you.
And while we're talking about the Eurozone, the Executive Board of the IMF, that's the International Monetary Fund, has approved a $1.3 billion three-year loan to Cyprus. And this is part of a larger international bailout to help the Mediterranean country avoid defaulting on its debt. Cyprus had to comply with a lot of conditions, though, including winding down its second largest bank and imposing losses on large depositors in order to receive the funds, which will total some $13 billion.